Officer Michael Brelo did his best not to look nervous as he walked into court, shaking the hands of sheriff's deputies. He knew his future and his freedom were about to be put on the line. As Judge John O'Donnell began reading the highlights from his 35-page opinion, he walked over to the two mannequins with the bullet wound trajectory rods.
So that wound number 1 is at the top of Russell's head.
At one point, the 31-year-old former Marine began praying and made the sign of the cross as he listened to the verdict. Finally, it became clear.
And therefore find that Brelo's entire use of deadly force was a constitutionally reasonable response to an objectively reasonably perceived threat of great bodily harm from the occupants of the Malibu, Russell, and Williams.
Officer Michael Brelo began to cry as the news sunk in, not guilty of all charges. In a press conference afterwards, Prosecutor Tim McGinty claimed a partial victory.
This tragic experience has already forced a culture change within the Division of Police and a needed re-examination of the use of deadly force.
And we stood tall, we stood firm, because we didn't do anything illegal, we didn't do anything wrong, and I'll be damned if I was going to let any bully push us around.
Pat D'Angelo, Brelo's lead defense attorney, still furious with the county prosecutor.
I've never in my 37 years witnessed such an unprofessional and vicious prosecution of a police officer. He is not an organized crime figure, he is not a drug dealer, he's not a rapist, and he's not a murderer.
It's bittersweet, you know. I'm thrilled for Mike Brelo and the men and women of the Cleveland Police Department, and our hearts go out to the families.
Michael Brelo avoided reporters, but walked out of that courtroom a free man.